Hey folks, welcome back. Thanks again for joining us. Got a few videos to share with you and go over, and yeah, so check it out, get in the comments, let me know what you think. This first video, this first capture, I actually got yesterday, Saturday, and the reason I got it is because the one I had in its place, I just wasn't feeling it. I don't know, it's just something about it. I found it online, it was like okay, and I just, you know, all week long, it was just sort of rubbing me the wrong way. So finally, I just ditched it. And interestingly, I said, you know, I haven't really recorded much. I'm just going to go out and record the next helicopter I see, and I bet you I'm going to find something. And so I did that. I recorded for a minute and 2 seconds, and the results are the first capture in this presentation. So here we go. Let's get to it. So this is the first one. Uh, you know, every time I see these, I'm like, what are these things? Uh, they're really tough to explain, but they're going super fast, and they're like, I don't know, they're just like white energy orbs, I guess. I don't know how else to say it. This isn't real speed. Um, but yeah, it's, if, I don't know how they're moving around, but they go so fast, and they seem to just be interested in other things in the air. So yeah, so that's the first one. And like I said, this was a replacement, and I'm glad I replaced it. It's interesting. Let's get to number two here. So this is interesting because you're going to see right here in one frame, and this plane's moving very slow, and then the next frame is there. Uh, I mean, you can't even track it with your eyes, really. Watch this. Try to look at it in both. You'll see the first one, by the time you look to the second one, it's gone, even in slow-mo. Here it is in real speed. It's just a blip. Yeah, this is just really fast. And I don't know, what it is, but I mean, things I know of don't move as quickly. So, what are you going to do? But I think it's so fascinating when you can't track it, even in slow-mo, that it requires inclusion into a presentation like this. So here's number three. And this is another interesting one. I captured this myself. Uh, and yeah, this thing just pops up over here. It's kind of like cloud-like, pops up, goes up, and then drops straight down on this helicopter and then shoots straight out horizontally. This is it in real speed. I mean, I don't know what to make of this, but other than it's very fast, and the through line with these things is that they seem to approach, aircraft and other things in the air. Why? Who knows? But that's what they seem to do. All right, so number four here. I like all of these, but this is interesting because there's this like tendrils. There's something hanging from the bottom of this, which it's tough to see, but I see it. That's what I see at least, and I'm reporting it. But yeah, this is, I think it's a Reaper drone. But either way, this thing is either hovering or going below it from right to left. I have a feeling that it's hovering, but it's just tough to say and tough to tell. But either way, like I said, this thing has something hanging from the bottom of it. It's like it's just tough to discern, but it is. And I spotted it, and so I wanted to share it. All right, so look, this is going to take a minute to walk you through it, and I don't spend a ton of time on these usually, but this is a purported meteor that came down onto our planet on February 10th, 2025 in Greece. And yeah, we're going to walk through it because I see some things that caught my eye, and again, it's just a matter of sharing, posing questions, and I don't have answers, but again, it's an exercise, right? So, okay, let's check this out. All right, so this thing's up in the top left and it's flickering. It's not really moving, but it's flickering, and then it disappears and then it reemerges. It shoots down for a second or two. It looks like a meteorite, and then to me, it slows down. We're going to come back to this portion right here where the arrow is, but you'll see when I say it's just hovering, it's just in space. It's flickering, but it's not really covering ground. Like I said, for a second or two, it looks and kind of behaves like a meteorite, and then it slows down and it seems to I don't know how else a better way to say it, but it lands, it approaches, it doesn't plummet with the assistance of gravity. That's not what this looks like to me. And when I saw this, it made me think of the Las Vegas alien footage. And here is a security camera of this. And again, like that last thing, it seems to slow down, in my opinion. So yeah, it just seems like it's under control. It does not seem like it's rocketing towards our planet. Here's a different view of the same thing from February 10th in Greece, and this is in color and with audio. Check this out, and you can see too up there on the timer, this is real speed. So I mean, this thing doesn't seem to be moving particularly fast to me. It's lighting up the sky. It's brilliant, but it's not going particularly fast. Yeah, and so again, I go back to the Las Vegas footage and actually a different source of footage, which is police body camera footage. And this is the same subject coming down in Las Vegas in April, May of 2023. And it has this color, it has a shape to it. And I understand that meteors can have different colors based on chemical composition. I get it. But again, there's just a lot of similarities here. It seems to have a particular color. It seems to not be moving super fast. I think if there's cloud cover in Vegas, then it would have probably looked like this footage from Greece. Like it would have lit up the sky this way. And this is slowed so you can see it. But again, and this thing seems to turn a little to me, but I don't know, it's tough to say. But anyway, let's get back to this section here. When I say it's important to remember that it was just hovering, this is why I say that.
No, because we saw some asteroid or some meteorite in front of us like 3 minutes ago.
Tina, Mauritius 1-4, I do confirm we also saw it looks like a meteorite.
Yeah, Emirates 4 miles also saw the meteorite. It's very strong, very big one. It's working the east from our position over at Anomalous.
And here in Ethiopian 3730, we also sighted the same thing on our east side.
Did you guys catch that? So this is the Greece meteor from February 10th of 2025, and this was witnessed by multiple pilots in the air, and then they start talking about it, and one of them says,
yeah, Emirates 4 miles also saw the meteorite. It's very strong, very big one. It's working the east from our position over at Anomalous.
It basically stopped moving. Meteors don't stop moving as far as I know. And then another pilot corroborates it and says, yeah, I saw the same thing.
And here in Ethiopian 3730, we also sighted the same thing on our east side.
So let's look back at this footage again. When I say this footage is important because it seems to show what these pilots saw, which was what they thought was a meteor until it stopped moving. Yeah, so, is that what's going on now? We have meteors that just pause in real time and hang out and get witnessed by multiple pilots in the air and then disappear and then reappear and then flash out for a second and then slow down and seem to land under control. I mean, if that's what we're talking about these days, then, all right, that's fine. Just not the meteors I learned about growing up. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so that's that. Let's just quickly recap what we saw and then we'll get out of here. So this first one is the one I captured yesterday. There's some crazy white light orb shooting down next to a helicopter. The second one is in 2-hole frames. Even in slow-mo, you can't track it. And then this third one is interesting because it drops down on top of the helicopter and takes off sideways. And then we have this kind of tendril-looking thing underneath the drone. And then, and then we wind down with the, February 10, 2025 meteor. There you go, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Get in the comments, let me know what you think, and we'll talk to you on the next one. Thanks.